Yeah, let's talk about something less depressing.
Is it really less depressing? Is it though? Is it?
I mean, not really.
Mm,
I mean, like in terms of like studying, I feel like because I mean, I go to a really academically challenging but very prestigious school called the University of Toronto.
yeah.
Not to brag, but like it's
Not to
held in
brag.
here.
Yeah.
And like the funniest part is we're both English majors, so like that's why I feel like I compare my curriculum to yours a lot, especially like I would always ask you like, hey, like what's your workload like and stuff. And I feel like I would have a much easier time if I went to CUHK. I'm just saying, man. I feel
Okay.
like I feel like I have a lot of opinions when it comes to the professors within the University of Toronto and especially Department of English. Like, I do not like them, to put it
Oh
lightly.
no.
I do not like them.
Not the blatant
Like,
dislike.
I'm sorry, but like, let's just start with a few examples, shall we?
Sure.
Like, I love leading with examples, and I feel like I wouldn't really be able to express my grievances without some examples. But anyways, so I am a third year student at this point, so you would think that I am a seasoned veteran at this point.
Yeah.
I am not. I am, in fact, a weakling. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh no.
so basically, this is. I mean, right now it's kind of like final season for us because, oh my god, I'm getting beat up again. I'm getting beat up more than. I mean, like, other than just UofT, I'm getting beat up in game as well. Holy shit. Anyways, so basically, I'm in my third year, and I'm currently taking a third year course, in English,
Yeah.
and it's about romantic literature. And there isn't a lot of like evaluations for this course. So basically, you have like one midterm, quote unquote, but because it's a full year course, so the midterm is placed all the way at the end of the first semester. But anyways, you have one research paper like for the first semester, and then you have one term paper for the second semester, and a final exam. I really don't understand why an English class should have a final exam, but whatever. At this point, I'm like already past that point. You know, like after second year, I'm like, you know what? Fine. Give me a final exam. It is alright. Like, whatever you want. If you want me to write an essay at the spot, I can do it. But, so for this term paper that I was working on, I have to pick two writers from the second semester curriculum, and then basically write like a topic about them. So I decided to choose a more gender study topic because I'm also taking another gender study courses, which is low-key killing me.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, I really resonated with what's her name again? I literally just finished the essay and I forgot about her first name. But anyways, Hemmons. And
Yes.
Anna Letita Barbald. But like I wanted to write like the connection between the two and about like patriotism in like in like kind of like pre-Victorian era, like romanticism era, because that's like that's the time period that we're studying about. And then that's what I want to write about. But the first offer that I mentioned, aka the one I forgot what her first name was, like we wouldn't even learn about her until like the last week of class. But the paper's due like a week before the last week of class, like literally on a Friday. And then so I messaged the professor a week, like exactly 7 days before the due date. I was like, hey, you know, since that you're not gonna like really talk about this author like until the last week of class, you know, like I really want to hear your input before like I hand in my essay. I want to make sure that I didn't, you know, like get any background information wrong, and I want to like just learn more about the author in general. Like it's not like I couldn't finish the paper,
Yeah.
but it's more like, hey, I just want to see what's your input like on this author, because I mean she's teaching us about this. Like Well, at this point, you can definitely say that, like, well, in this case, maybe you can just pick another writer, pick a different topic or whatever, just head it in. But I'm like, I don't really think that that was a big ask.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But then on Monday, which is literally on the week of the due date, because it was due on a Friday, remember? I got the email back and she was like, actually, Audrey, it's too late to ask for an extension right now. And I was fuming. I was like, what do you mean it's too late? And then also, she was like, well, I also give you like some reference material so you can work on your essay. Like, I do appreciate for the reference material,
Yeah.
but the problem is not about like just reference material. I feel like if I needed those material, I could have just talked to her in class and asked for her input, which I did on the day of. And then, but like for the most part, I was trying not to get extra mark deducted because I feel like I might actually hand in the essay late at that point, and I want to ask for the extension before the actual due date so that I don't feel like, it's because I'm running out of time and I, like have bad time management, yada yada,
Yeah,
so I
and then
couldn't
you're
hand it
just
in.
asking for that, yeah.
Exactly! And then she was like, it's
Nope.
too late to ask for an extension now. And then so at that point, I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna give up. And then, so I just took my sweet time to polish through the essay. Like, I literally wrote like 2 pages of things where I wasn't even really sure what I was talking about anymore. But I was just BSing through that like paper. I was just typing away. Like, ChatGPT was cooking with me. I'm sorry, but like, I just have to bring out my girl ChatGPT. Like, shout out to ChatGPT. I don't really know how I'm gonna live without her. Like, let's be honest, every undergrad uses ChatGPT. So, like, let's not lie to ourselves. But like, it was a really frustrating experience. Consider that like I've never been denied of an extension before, and like considering that I've asked her like way earlier than like the actual due date, and she's still like, oh, it's too late to get like an extension like now, like a week before the actual due date was kind of ridiculous, honestly. If you ask any undergrad student or even professor alike, because they'll always be like, hey, like you ask like
Yeah.
like beforehand. It's not like you're asking it on the day of the due date. They usually just be like, it's fine, we'll just give it to you. And I guess the point that really frustrated me was that she denied my due date like extension request. I was so frustrated. I was literally also working on like 3 other papers at the time. Like, I have no brain power to deal with that. So like the fact that like when she denied it, I was like, you know what? It is fine.
Yeah, just
I will just take my sweet time. Like, I do not care anymore. But yeah. But actually, I have a good news, like a good follow-up after that, because unfortunately this professor got COVID, so and she literally could not she cannot teach the class in person for this week. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe it's the COVID that got her feeling, a little bit pity for me or whatever. So she sent me an email yesterday and she was like, hey, like due to your special
special circumstances.
circumstances, yeah, I'm not gonna deduct extra mark on your assignment. And I kid you not, I was so happy when I got that email. I was like, yes! That's the best thing that have happened all day today.
Yeah, I'm very happy
Yeah,
for you for that.
thank you.
So I just got to okay. So for
Oh,
me, it's like recently I've been trying my best to pass all my courses since I'm in my final year. I do intend to take summer semester still. However,
mm-hmm.
I think that uh, I really want to pass all the courses. Number one for graduation requirements. Number two is just in general principle like recently I've learned a lot about responsibility and stuff like that. So, like, I still do not like studying. Like, I've never liked it, right? But the thing is, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here already. It's been many years. I've learned a lot about the university, about life. And I think, yeah, and I just really want to give it my best shot. So I
And
can,
it's like the last year, so like,
yeah.
just give it your last hurrah and then get out of there.
Exactly. So I've been coordinating with all my professors. I've been setting up meetings with them, doing extra credit, like doing consultation with the tutors, just to ask them like, okay, so what do I need to do to get more like familiar with the course material? I've been working hard on my presentations, keeping track of all my due dates, like all these things that I perhaps did not do consistently before. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been really helpful and rewarding, but at the same time, it's been very tiring because I'm constantly
Because you're
looking
putting
at
in
my
the
paper
effort,
and I'm constantly like, there's always something that is due, something that I need to do. Like, it's
Mm.
also like very helpful that I quit my job. Like, I really have a lot more time now to think about my approach to my studies, and that has been
Mm-hmm.
very helpful. But that's the general rundown of the situation. Um,
Mm.
like I really think that I just want to get through this in the summer semester and just graduate. And then after that, I really wanted to do content creation, but if that's like not a viable option at that point, then I'm going to be doing something else in the meantime, get a full-time job, like whether it be still in retail or something else. So
Mm.
that's like the main plan, I guess, or like the main rundown of the academic side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like recently I haven't been asking for extensions. So I don't have like an interesting riveting story on that side, unfortunately. But it's still like I've been trying to like hand in everything on time. Even for my service work thing, which is part of the reason why I moved some of my courses to the summer semester, is because I knew that I would be doing the service work um, for this semester, and I didn't want to overcrowd this semester with a bunch of courses, so that like I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I felt that like yes, I'm graduating in like a few months later, but that's fine with me. Like
Yeah.
I just want to take my time to. It's kind of like I wanted to ensure the quality of like what I'm studying more than the speed at which I graduate. It's a personal
Yeah,
decision,
that makes
and like
sense.
some people like they would question like I had some friends question me like why don't you just cram everything into one semester and apply for like exceeding the course load. I'm just like if I do that then I would probably fail some of the courses, and by that point like what's the point? If you're gonna fail it's not gonna count towards your credits anyway. So
Yeah.
let's not do that. So that's the general rundown of my academic situation. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that, like you got the extension, like things are getting like a little bit better. And I know that you
At
still
least
have
not an extension, but like no further deduction of my mark. Hey, I'll take that. I will take that. I would
yeah,
gladly take what I could get.
exactly. So like it's just I get that and it's great to hear that. And also like I know that you have another year left, but it's gonna be fine. Don't
Maybe a
worry.
year or two. We will
Yeah,
see.
we will see. But yeah. So that could be the academic side. And I think like it's just more in general, like we talked about our personal situation, but also I think we can just summarize it as like, okay, so on the academic side, we're all just trying to figure out where we're going, like what are our targets and everything. And
We're just trying to get out of uni at this point.
yeah, it's like become a constant thing actually that I've seen on social media where people are like memeing or making memes about going to university since you're paying this extremely large amount of money. And in Hong Kong,
Oh.
like yeah, you can apply for like the government sponsoring you, but the thing is like it's only a temporary sponsorship. You have to pay it back later.
Yeah, it's like student loan, like I'm like forever grateful for OSAP because for OSAP you can apply for like a grant only section and that's what I'm doing. And it's still a lot of money. Like it basically is sponsoring my trip to Europe right now. I'm sorry OSAP, but like thank you OSAP.
Yeah.
Like I know it's probably not the intention for the OSAP, but like I kind of need that money, not gonna lie.
Mhm.
And like because it's grants, so you don't have to pay it back. and then it basically gives me so much more wiggle room of like how to spend my money. Like if I don't have OSAP, like honestly, I would be like having mental breakdowns about like financial situation. But like, thank goodness, like thank you Ontario government for OSAP, because like I'm like I just really needed that. I didn't know how to apply for it in my first year, so like that was really sad.
Yeah.
And like second year around, I was like I finally figured out how to do it, and now I'm just living happily after ever after with my money. I'm glad.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
I think like it's just yeah, we all just want to figure out where we're going. Like
Yeah, that's
I
true.
really want to do content creation. I'm passionate about it. Like recently I did the vlog and it's proven to be pretty successful. And I'm very happy about that. And I'm gonna continue making vlogs, obviously. But
I love that vlog.
yeah, it
I
was
love
nice.
it.
Yeah. It was like I didn't really expect it to do that well initially.
Hmm.
But it really did. And it's become one of my most viewed videos of all time. But
Aww.
yeah, it was nice. And so I'm gonna keep that coming and that's like the general rundown. And I really hope that like people who are watching this, you know, if you're still in university, just like us, you're still struggling, or even if in the future, if you're watching this maybe a year later, I don't know. Just put in the work. I promise like it sucks. Like obviously like it's hard to um put in effort.
But
Like
it's
it's
gonna
super
suck
taxing
more.
if you don't. So like if you don't put in
Yeah,
effort, then
exactly.
it's gonna like you're gonna struggle harder. So why not just put in the effort so that you can get by, pass your classes, maybe not like with amazing grades, but like pass your classes and get the hell
Do
out
what
of
you gotta
there.
do to get out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.